We get a lot of flack in Philadelphia, but we bring the heat. And
Eagles!
like, this isn't a business meeting, kid. Why don't you go back home to college?
Oh, mic drop.
I was, at the time, the youngest director in the history of the NFL. And our fans were shooting flare guns at our bench because we were losing so badly. I'd never seen that before. Welcome back to the Girl Dad Podcast. I am Scott O'Neill, and I am here with
Lexi.
And what are we talking about this week?
I mean, there's really only one thing that we could be talking about, and it's the Eagles.
Big football weekend.
Huge football weekend.
We've got the NFC Championship game with our
Eagles!
Philadelphia Eagles.
How many times do you think we're going to sing the Eagles song today?
The Eagles fly, Eagles fly?
Yes.
I think 5.
Oh my gosh.
I hope
5.
And they're playing the Commanders, owned by my old boss, Josh Harris. Kind of fun. Adds a little twist. And then the AFC game, which we're probably not going to talk a lot about. It's the Bills against one of the old coaches when I worked at the Eagles, Andy Reid.
Oh, duh. Jeez, that's so crazy.
And Sean McDermott, the coach of the Bills, was our marketing intern at the Eagles.
No.
Yeah. So we got a lot of Eagles ties.
Wait, that's so
A lot of Eagles ties. So the AFC Championship game is actually, old coach and in our ward at church, Andy and Tammy Reid.
Yes.
Wonderful family.
Yes.
And then Sean McDermott, whose brother Tim McDermott I hired at the Sixers, who now runs the MLS team, the Union. Yeah.
What?
No, it's such a small world.
Wait,
right?
that's adorable.
So we've got a lot of links.
I love that.
Yeah, 7 degrees of separation.
Okay, love it. Okay, love that. So I feel like we should really just talk about your time at the Eagles, your best stories, your favorite moments.
So I was at the
everything.
Eagles 94, 95, 96.
And you were,
and then 98.
Remember your big accomplishment?
Which one was that? Oh, I was at the time the youngest director in the history of the NFL.
So awesome.
24 years old.
So that makes me feel so behind.
Kind of fun.
You're younger than me.
I know.
That's
younger than
crazy.
Younger than I. That's the correct grammar.
This is not a grammar lesson.
Good opportunity for you girl dads out there. Never stop teaching.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right, let's go. Shoot away. What do you have?
Okay. First of all, you were wearing a suit.
Just came from church. Would love to have you there. But it does remind me of a great story. So I get to the Eagles. It's 1994. Rich Kotite is the coach. Randall Cunningham is the quarterback for those of you scoring at home. And I show up in a suit and tie because I'm used to the NBA, and that's what we did. And so I was naively thinking I would walk around in the stadium, and the stuff that was said to me was unconscionable.
Wait, by like your coworkers or
no,
by
the fans. Oh. Yeah, so I went up to the 700 levels. That was the top. That's where there was a bonfire my first game.
You're lying.
No, it was
Wait,
crazy.
That's so
They're
cool.
like, this isn't a business meeting, kid. Why don't you go back home to college? Yeah, so that was my indoctrination into Philadelphia sports.
Oh my gosh. Well, that is an accurate picture of Philly sports fans.
Yeah. So it was my last time wearing a suit and tie to a game.
Oh, wait, what do they wear to the games?
Just like, you can wear a jacket with a sweater, sweatshirt, jacket.
Okay.
Everyone's kind of
like
more
what
casual.
kind of pants?
You can wear, I guess you could wear whatever you want. I don't know if that's what we have to talk about.
I'm just wondering, it's like jeans or like not sweats, like slacks, like khakis.
Yeah, you gotta be careful on the khakis. It's just, there's a bit of a football dress that unless you're in a suite with Howie Roseman, you kind of go a little more casual.
Howie Roseman, your boy.
My boy, my good friend. And by the way, we'll be in the Hall of Fame someday. If you look at his tenure and track record.
Wait, did he play?
No, he's the general manager. You know him. You've met him.
No, I know, but I didn't know if he was like a former. No, I know he's an awesome guy. I love him. He's great. But I didn't know if he was like a former player. I feel like so many of those people used to play, used to coach.
He didn't. No, he's just a wonderful executive, and he's known for extraordinary deal making.
That's awesome. I also didn't know you could be. Going to get the right guy
at the right time. Saquon Barkley. Like he doesn't just appear on our doorstep.
No, you're right.
Somebody's got to go get him.
You're so right. But I didn't know you could be in the Hall of Fame as an executive.
GM, he should be. I mean,
you should be then. Seriously, I'll put you in all the halls of fame. How do you nominate someone? I'll nominate you for all.
No, just try and make it down the hallway of my own house for those scoring at home. Okay, what else do we have?
Okay, you have a great story with Swoop.
Okay, so we had this mascot.
Which I just love mascots.
I love mascots too.
Are my favorite.
What we pay mascots would surprise a lot of people. I don't want to talk about it here, but it's a 6-figure job.
I will remember, like, right before I got the NBA job, the Mets were hiring for a mascot. And I was like, I mean, ew. The thought of working for the Mets makes me want to get sick.
The smell of those costumes.
But, like, no, but it would be so fun.
No, it's
like,
not
you
fun.
just get to be like, like, what's up? Like, I would be the fanatic in a second.
Well, that's different. It's a different level.
Sixers mascot, Franklin, shout out.
Yes.
Love him.
Franklin's
He
wonderful.
is
There
best.
are some great mascots. Let's aspire to something different. But nonetheless, I do love those entertainers. But this particular mascot, Jeff Alexander, if you're watching, I miss you. He was the guy in the costume. This is 1994. So there's no, or 1995. There's no like business yet.
Right.
You know, we had
and they don't have like social media that they're not promoting.
We had 3 people in sales and marketing. When I was at the Sixers, we had 250. So just so you know, it's just a different era. It's just a different era. And so Jeff Alexander would talk about himself in the third person. So he would talk about Swoop. He was Swoop. But he's like, I don't know when Swoop's going to show up. I'm like, but you are Swoop.
Wait, no, that's like the Disney characters. You know, they say like, oh, like if someone's playing Mickey, they're like, oh, like I'm friends with Mickey. Like they don't actually say
he was friends with Swoop then in that case. And he always did like kind of ridiculous things.
Okay,
you know?
like what?
Like, so he's like, all right, Scott, I got the greatest idea. I was like, oh no. He's like, I am going to, right when the national anthem's played, I am going to get on a zip line from the 700 level and zip line down from the top of the stadium right into the center field. I'm like,
iconic.
Yeah, I was like, with the fans there? Like, how's that going to work? I got it all worked out. So it's like slight drizzling rain. I was like, just tell me, like, we're not doing this without testing it. I'm not going to do it.
Right.
Kim Babiak was the head of that little group, I remember. And so she's like, okay, they're all ready. So I walk out, it's cold. You know, I got a jacket on, it's raining.
Before the game.
This is 2 days before the game.
Okay.
So we walk out the center of the field, and he's got like the line attached up to the stadium.
Oh.
And then he's got like 4 of his little guys that like follow him around, holding a rope on the center of the field. And I'm thinking to myself,
yo,
there's no way this is going to work. Okay? And so
you were there to like say like yes or no.
Is this going to work? No, for the game 2 days later. And so Kim's like, okay, we're ready to go. And he starts on a zip line, goes down about maybe 8 feet. And then, of course, these guys can't hold his weight. And he crashes down to the seats. And I was like, okay, looks like we have some work to do. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, wait, and then this is the best part. And like,
oh my gosh.
Oh, like the behind the scenes stuff's amazing. And then like 2 weeks later, he took a mascot, like I think it was a lion. It was like dragging the lion, like a stuffed animal version of the lion, in the back of his like ATV. And I was like, hey, we should just be careful about how we depict animals and all that kind of stuff. It was a little pre-PC days that we have today.
That's crazy.
And then he pretended, he staged the next week, a fight against the Cowboys, like guy that looked like he was from the Cowboys, which was staged. And then the next week, somebody jumped over the stands. Our security guards thought it was another skit, and the guy body slammed and he had a concussion.
No!
Yeah, no, we had 24 hours. So then I called him in. I was like, hey, brother, you have to be careful when you're riding that ATV. You have to be careful. 2 weeks later, mows into a security guard, breaks her arm. Like, shut this down. Shut it down.
He's so innovative.
No, I know. He's
so innovative.
He was, but we had
That's like before his time.
Yes.
Like the mascots hadn't even done that
for
stuff yet.
a reason. Yeah, so we shut it down.
That's so good.
It was fun. It was a fun time to be there.
Oh my gosh. Wait, because one of my best friends, Aaron, and I, we were at like the Sixers game 2 nights ago. We went to Xfinity Live after. By the way, did I tell you I rode a mechanical bull?
Oh, that's great. That's fun.
I killed it. I had the whole place just locked in.
I'm sure you did.
But was Xfinity Live, was that always a thing?
No.
Like, how long have the sports complex? They had a different stadium. The Eagles did.
So we had Veterans Stadium,
okay.
the Vet. So it's
Vet.
Notorious Stadium. So
where was it?
Right next to, it was like catty corner to where the current stadium is.
Oh, well, okay.
So the complex has been around for some time.
Okay, they've always been.
But there were like big ridges like so people would hurt their knee because there were like gaps in the turf. It was like Notorious Stadium.
Wait, what?
No, it was really bad. It was really bad. It was known as
on the field?
Yeah, it was known as the most dangerous field to play on. Yeah.
What?
No, this is like, it's another era. It's not like sports today.
That's crazy.
And so people we were known for 2 things.
Oh no.
A dangerous field and dangerous crowd. We put
so Philly.
We put a judge and a jail underneath the stadium so we could prosecute people in real time during the game.
You're lying.
Yeah.
How often did that get used?
Quite a bit. Yeah.
Every game at
Multiple
least?
times a game. Yeah. And we also, I mean, you're too young to remember this, but what we're known for in Philadelphia, like what gave us our reputation, some say undeserved, was we pelted snowballs at Santa because they had Santa, there was snow.
Shut
so
up.
This is like I mean, I was at a game
crazy
where it was against the Niners. Boy, this is 1997, I believe.
Okay.
And our fans were shooting flare guns at our bench because we were losing so badly.
I'd
never seen that before.
That is insane.
It's a different era of sports. No, it's fun.
No, and honestly,
by the way, we get a lot of flack in Philadelphia, but we bring the heat and bring the noise, and we love this game. And football is life here. Like it is everything that you love about sports is represented in the game and what it means to Philadelphia and the Philadelphia region.
100 people. I was just gonna say, literally, everyone hates Philly sports fans, but it's because they want to be us. Like they are jealous because of how passionate. Right though, like they see us. If I wasn't a Philly sports fan, I would hate us too. No, sorry, we always win and we're passionate and fun.
Sometimes we could do it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Right. But I think it is the most passionate sports fan base.
I saw a TikTok yesterday. Someone was like, their apartment building he lives in Philly, and they got like a notice from their manager saying like, here's what to do in preparation for the win tomorrow and whatever. And they were like, to get into your streaks, he's I think right there. Yeah. You have to like show ID to the officers to get in.
I will say like winning here is really special.
Oh my gosh.
Sixers when we were winning games. And, like it's almost like there's a kinetic energy in Philadelphia that you can actually feel. Like you can actually feel it in arenas.
1,000,000%.
And it's been so loud in some of those Sixer games that you almost can't hear yourself think.
Yeah. I mean, even at the Phillies games, which is crazy because it's outside.
Yeah, it's
and
fun.
It's like Red October. I've never seen anything like that.
It is different in the city.
Yeah, it is.
Philadelphia baseball is like nowhere else in the world. That's pretty fun.
We're like a month away.
Yeah, no, it's coming on.
I'm so excited. I could cry, actually, for how excited I am for the Philly season. But back to the Eagles. What is really important?
I'll tell you a fun story. So I went through several coaches, several quarterbacks. So it was Rich Kotite, Ray Rhodes, Andy Reid. Kind of fun. You know, Andy Reid is the Chiefs coach now.
Yes, love him. And he's a big Swiftie. And he's Mormon. So
what?
I love him.
And Ray Rhodes was an amazing character. And I remember being in this meeting with him, and he was smoking a cigar. And think about like
in a meeting.
So it's a staff meeting. First of all, the fact that I was in a staff meeting with the owner of the team and Joe Banner, who became the president. Jeff Auerbach was my boss. Len Karnowski, anyway, back then. Mimi Box was the CFO, female CFO back then.
That's
unusual.
So
Another great executive, great woman, great partner in that business. Anyway, I remember Ray Rhodes was like smoking a cigar, and it didn't even occur to me that was strange.
That's
and he's like,
so
and he had a really like interesting cadence. He was from Texas. He's like, Scotty, like that. Turned to me, you know. And his whole thing was he had cut this player, and he's like, you know, it's like the one player that people knew on the team, and we were having a really tough season. He's like, I'll never forget this. He's like, little mad about us moving on from Fuller, and I was like, yeah, it's a little frustrating. Like we're out there trying to sell, and he's like. Scotty, I can lose with anybody. It's pretty powerful.
Oh,
it's a pretty powerful statement. So yeah.
Mic drop.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful. I didn't think about it at the time, but over time, as I reflected on that, you know, if you're going through a hard time, you know, there's nothing you can't do, and there's, you know, who do you want to be in that locker room with?
I love that. That is amazing. I love that so much.
Me too.
Wow, great wisdom. Okay, tell the story about, I don't even know the story, but Mom told me to have you tell it. Something about marriage and mooing.
All right. So we were out,
cows getting married.
So we were selling sponsorships.
Okay.
So like this game is brought to you by. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
And one of the deals we did was with Mascots. Have you ever heard of Mascots?
No.
It's kind of like a Philadelphia or a Pennsylvania version of Macy's or Bloomingdale's. It's just or JCPenney's, like a regional store. And Al Bosco was the CEO. I remember I went to meet with him, and me and Karen Levine, she was the director of marketing, I was director of sales, And when he met with her, you can't do this anymore. He actually got on his knees and kissed her hand. Can you imagine? It's just like it was a different era.
Wait, I would love people to do that when they greet me. Are you kidding me? I'd be like...
Anyway, so we pitched him this concept.
Wait, that's awesome.
We pitched him this concept that you could come into Mascot, you had to buy something, and then you could write to us why you should be married at halftime of an Eagles game. And we got...
That
no, it's crazy.
Is awesome.
And they would provide,
Shut
they would
up.
provide the dress, the suit for the guy, the ring, okay, and an airfare for a honeymoon. Right? So we got
that's
this is crazy.
Great.
Only in Philadelphia, 2,500 submissions. 2,500 submissions. And we picked this one group, okay, that had it was a sad story. There was an explosion in a factory, and he was burned head to toe. And he's on his deathbed. He'd been dating this gal for like 9 or 10 years. And he said on his deathbed, if I survive this, we will get married. He survives, and that's the story they wrote.
Wait.
Isn't that great?
Oh my God.
So I show up for the dress rehearsal the day before. And the wedding party and the bride and groom had a few drinks at the dress rehearsal.
Oh boy.
And
the dress rehearsal was on the field. Okay.
Which for Philly fans to get on the field, it's like they're running around, pretending to catch touchdowns, diving in the end zone. And I was like, okay, all right, guys, let's see if we can pull this in.
Remember Caitlin and I on the sidelines, though? We were just making TikToks.
Yeah, it's very similar. But this was a little different.
Wait, that's
so
hilarious.
they had a few too many.
Okay.
And Karen and I were like, this is going to be difficult. Okay.
Boy.
And so when the bride was announced the next day on Sunday, the crowd mooed, didn't boo. And I was like, oh. Now she loved it. She runs out, they're mooing. She points up to her section because she's in the 700 level, and then flexes in her gown.
Wait, I love that.
It's kind of fun. Yeah, it's kind of fun.
That's awesome.
I was horrified, but she loved it.
Yeah, well, if she loves it, then that's all that matters.
It does. Yeah, it was a great wedding day.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a crazy story.
It was. We had so many. I had one day. This is funny too. So we had this contest. We were just making things like we made that promotion up on the fly. Like we made up this other promotion. Sam, I can't remember. He owned the Chrysler dealership. And he was head of the Chrysler Dealer Association in Northeast Pennsylvania. And we sold him the idea we'd fill one of these minivans with little footballs, and then fans would guess how many footballs were in there.
In the full minivan.
Okay. We'd drive it on the field during the game. Okay. And then the winner would get the minivan. So
awesome.
Because we were all so young, I just turned 25. So I was the one driving. I drove it on the So I drove it on the field.
In the middle of the game.
Yeah. And then we had nowhere to keep it because we didn't know if it was safe in the stadium a lot. So I would drive it home. Okay, to my house. So the first game we do it, they make this big announcement, we got subscriptions coming in. So I drive out maybe a little too soon because the fans were a little upset because we had lost the game, and they were rocking the van like I thought they were gonna tip it over. Yeah. No! It's me, balls everywhere, all over, and I'm just like, please stop. I'm like beeping the horn.
That's so funny.
We had this little apartment on City Line.
My God.
Yeah, your mom and I just got married, and we had this little 1-bedroom, 700 square foot apartment.
Wait, that's so great.
Yeah, it was a wild day.
What's the craziest thing that
the flare gun?
The flare gun at the players.
Yeah,
that is.
I saw some just unbelievable things. By the way, great tailgaters though.
Yeah.
We're always nervous on a Monday night game or a Sunday night game.
Why?
Because that would mean Monday people would take off from work and go tailgate from 8 a.m. until game time.
So on like normal game days?
Mm-hmm. So we knew that'd be a little...
Is that still a thing?
It'd be a little spicy, yeah. So it got a little rough and tumble. But I will say...
That's awesome.
We had, over the years, we just developed into this, I think, an elite franchise. I mean, think of what the team has done on the field. It's equally impressive what they've done off the field. Don Smolenski, current president, we worked together a long time ago. He started as a controller and then CFO, and now he's president of the team. Amazing guy.
Wow.
Yeah, wonderful group. Between him and Howie, they have a 1-2 punch that's unmatched in the league. So wonderful group.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. Are a lot of the people that were there when you were there still there?
No, not very many.
Dang.
Yeah, not very many. But it's been quite a run. I will say the quarterbacks. I was thinking recently, it was Randall Cunningham, who's right there. He was the first quarterback.
So
legendary quarterback.
Wow,
yeah, very
I've
athletic.
never heard of him.
Very athletic. Played at UNLV undergrad.
Oh wow. Wow.
And then we had a series of like Coy Detmer, Ty Detmer, Bobby Hoying, Rodney Peete was in there, who married Holly Robinson Peete, the actress. Do you know who she is?
No.
Oh, sadness.
But
what a wonderful time. I mean, it was 4 years and absolutely wonderful years.
Yeah,
and we met
that's
some of
so
our best
awesome.
friends in the world. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of one of my best friends in the world, Chris Heck, we hired him, who ended up being president of the Sixers.
Yes.
So how like small this world is.
Yep.
So we went to Villanova together, and then he was working in minor league baseball. And Len Komorowski, who ended up running the Cavaliers for 20 years as CEO.
Whoa. Is he still
was my
there or
boss.
no?
He's just about wrapping up his tenure there. Yeah. But he was wonderful executive, taught me a ton. But so Len said, hey, we got to hire somebody. We're going to move training camp from Westchester up to Lehigh, and let's make it like really commercial. Let's sell tickets. Let's sell merchandise. Let's have promotions. And so I actually sold the first training camp sponsor. It's all coming back to me now. Sunoco Field. So we had a big Bob Campbell was the CEO.
Congratulations!
It was on ESPN.
That's
Kinda
awesome.
cool. Yeah. So Sunoco Field. Anyway, so we hired.
Wait, that's so cool.
So Chris Heck is having his interview in the car. I'm in the back. Len's driving. Chris is in the passenger seat. And I would say we're interviewing, but Len was interviewing him. And we're driving up to Lehigh. And Chris is giving all the right answers. And Len, we get out of the car, and Len's like, okay, well, congratulations, you're hired. You're going to have to trade for a hotel, like a place to sleep up here. Like trade means barter. Like you would give special access or a sign to a hotel. And then like you're going to have to do that for a car. You won't be able to get around, but good luck. And me and Len got in the car and left. Is that unbelievable?
You left him on the side of the road.
Left him in front of a hotel and said, hopefully you can trade for a room. Otherwise, I don't know where you're going to stay.
And cell phones weren't a thing.
Mm-mm.
Shut.
Well, cell phones
up.
we're new in the game.
Wait.
So he did it.
Up.
He did it. He traded for rooms. He traded for a car.
Wait, you guys just left.
Yeah, he put on training camp.
When did you see him next?
We came up like 3 weeks later for start of camp.
3 weeks later?
He traded for food.
That's insane.
He traded for food. Yeah, he had to hire staff, all unpaid interns. Yeah, it was a fun time.
What?
That's
crazy.
It was such a different era of like, you had to eat what you kill. You had to scrap and scratch and claw. Yeah. It was fun. Fun and different.
That is crazy. What's one thing about when you were like younger working that isn't really a thing anymore that you wish still was? Whether it's due to like technology or whatever it is. Something that like you feel like has changed a lot. Maybe one good thing, one bad thing.
I think one is unpaid internships. I had one. I worked for no money in DC at Advantage International, which is now Octagon, one of the big sports marketing firms. Yeah. And it's not easy, and not everybody can do it. And so, it's illegal now. Yeah. But I think, the test and pressure it allowed and pushed companies to give more access to more young kids, and I think that's important, like especially in this business. Second would be, it was such white space. There's so much information now, and our creativity was tested all the time. It's like that wedding promotion, right? Was me and Karen talking about like what would be important to them after a meeting, or crazy. And some of the stuff, some of that creativity what we call co-create now. Yeah. I believe like the best promotions, the best sponsorship now is when you go into a partner and you're like, okay, here's what we're about. Here's what you're about. Let's get our teams together and let's figure out how to make this the most incredible partnership in the world. Let's make it long lasting, etc.
Love that.
Yeah. And I think that started way back then, but I think we could certainly go back to those days.
Love that. That's awesome. I think interns should be paid though.
Of course you do. Prediction for the game today?
Oh, like score prediction? Yeah. Well, I think Chiefs are going to win. Other game first. I think Chiefs are going to win.
Go Bills.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, seriously. Let's go Bills.
No, I will say, actually, I was talking about this with Kaden like 2 days ago. Bills marketing these days, have you been seeing their stuff?
Yeah, their social media is off the charts.
Crushing. Like, crushing. Yeah. They're killing it.
They're the Mr. Brightside video.
I didn't even see that.
Oh, it's fantastic. So the players singing on the sidelines. Spectacular.
Wait, that's amazing.
Spectacular.
Okay, I'll need to watch
they
that.
bring their guys to life. Yeah. They make it so you want to know them and love them.
Josh Allen, I'm like, he seems like such an awesome guy.
I don't know, but he seems so.
I don't know him either, but he seems awesome. So you think Bills are going to win?
I do.
I think Chiefs are going to win just because I want Taylor's boyfriend to win. But Eagles score. I think Birds are going to win. Wait, I gotta do some math. Guessing football scores is hard, so you have to like do math, like
Here we
7
go again.
times, whatever. I'm gonna say the score is gonna be 31-24.
I got 35-24 as my score. So I think we're right in there. Let's go Birds.
Let's go, Birds.
We do have some people who we love at the Commanders, though. So wishing them a healthy, wonderful trip up.
Indeed.
And a long, sad trip back.
Yes, absolutely.
And until next time.
Wait, guess the Disney character.
Oh, okay. I got
Please
one.
let me go.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Wait, let me think for a second.
You don't even have one.
I have one.
Is it a princess?
No.
Is it a... from Winnie the Pooh?
No.
Is it from Buzz Lightyear?
No.
Is it from one of Mickey's characters?
No.
Is it an animal?
Yes.
Is it blue?
No.
Is it red?
There's blue on it, though. He's 2 colors. One of the colors is blue. The other's yellow.
Is it Eeyore?
No.
I don't know who it is.
It's in Ariel.
Is it Dory?
No. No.
Is it Nemo?
No. In Ariel.
The lobster guy?
No. Oh.
I don't know. I don't know Disney characters. This is why I should catch the...
No. Flounder. You know Flounder.
Love you, Flounder. Okay, well, hey, if you like the video, please share it. Comment below. We'd love to hear your favorite football team.
Yep.
Favorite NFL team.
Yep.
Favorite player.
Yep.
And until next time, go Girl Dads.
Bye.